What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and fellow YouTubers? All of you have been very welcome right here on this aesthetic review for the Husnock Warship Tier 6. Now, if you want to obtain these Starship for yourself, you kind of need to pay 900 Lobi on the Lobi store, because that is how much it is costing right now. We are on the triple test server right now because there are a couple of visual space sets that I currently do not have on the main holodeck server, so that's the reason. So this particular ship, like I said, 900 Lobi, and I'm gonna go through all of the information, the statistics of this ship. After that, we're going to showcase the customization option. After that, we're going to head into space, the visuals, the bridge officer layout, the Starship mastery, the Admiralty card, and all of those are going to be involved in this video. And after that, a little bit of a bridge tour if this thing has a unique bridge, and after that we are going to go into combat. And I'm definitely not going to forget the Admiralty card, because I kind of did on the last ship that I did from the privateer logbox, the Heavy Raider. But anyway, this is all about the Husnock, and that is what we're going to do right here, the Husnock Warship Tier 6. Through the Husnocks were eradicated by as a species in 2366. Their home planet and star system remained along with everything in it. Even Starship Alliance's engineers have taken recovered Husnock Warship and restored them to operational capacity. These massive vessels are well armed and can withstand a great deal of punishment in combat engagements. Nice. These starships are capable of making subtle alteration to the molecular level through the use of the molecular reconstruction. This technology allows the Starship to assume one of three different configurations, and that is defense, offense, and support. Each configuration has their own strengths and weaknesses. Each of the configuration generates their own specific counter. Up to 6 counters can be generated at a time. These counters are used to fuel your molecular deconstruction beam. This is just an ability that you guys have the longer you're going to be in combat. Depending on what kind of configuration you are, defense, offense, or support, you're going to have an ability, a clickable ability or activatable ability that's going to do lots of damage one time, and that is called the molecular deconstruction beam ability. The Husnock Warship comes equipped with the Heavy Particle Emitter Array Universal Console. When this ability is activated, it will fire a burst of particle beams at its target. Particle beams deal electrical damage and bypass a portion of the target shields. The Heavy Particle Emitter Array will gain 1 charge every 30 seconds for a maximum of 40 charges. Activating this ability will consume all charges and fire a number of beams at the target based on the number of charges consumed. Additionally, particle beam damage increase with each charge consumed. This console may be equipped in any console slot, but you only may have equipped one of these. Wait a minute, what? What did I just read? This console may be equipped in any console slot, but may only be equipped on either the Meridian Theta class Heavy Raider, we already did a review on that, or the Husnock Warship. You may only have one of these consoles equipped at any given time. After achieving level 5 in your Husnock Warship Tier 6, you will unlock the Directed Energy Flux Starship Trait. While slotted, activating any temporal bridge officer ability or the direct energy modulator ability will boost the damage of cannon rapid fire, surgical strikes, and reroute reserve to weapon for a short time. reroute reserve to weapons. Is that like a temporal operative bridge officer ability, I guess? We'll see. That is a tier 6. All factions can have this. So Federation, Klingons, and Romulans. There is a whole strength of 38,250 hit points at level 40. You're going to get 43,987 at level 50 and 51,000 hit points at level 60. Most of us are already level 60, so that is what we're going to gain as a flat bonus when you're going to equip this ship on yourself as your current one. Shield modifier of 1.1 with 5 weapons on the front. We have 3 weapons on the aft and room for 3 device slots. We have a console modification of 5 tactical, 4 engineering, and 2 science. Based off one of these console modification slots, we can see that this thing is definitely tactical heavy and lots of survivability with engineering, but not a lot of console science slots, so not a lot to do with science and science abilities. This thing has a base turn rate of 12 degrees per second and an impulse modifier of 0.19. Now, like I always say in my videos, impulse engines are going to be modified by 0.19 and shields are going to be modified by this amount, 1.1. So keep that in mind if you're going to crunch numbers and going to do, you know, builds and stuff like that. Your shields are going to be modified and your engines are going to be modified. This thing has an inertia rating of 50 with plus 10 to weapon power and also plus 10 to shield power. It has that molecular reconstruction beam ability. Console universal, that heavy particle focuser array, can load dual cannons, also dual heavy cannons if you're going to go that route. And this thing comes equipped with the ability package Destroyer, so precise weapon system, enhanced weapon banks, devastating weaponry, enhanced weapon... What? We already had enhanced weapon banks. Okay, so we have twice enhanced weapon banks. And also Direct Energy Flux, that is that unlockable Starship Trait. Now let's make this thing our current starship and let's head off to the customization part of this video. Now here we are at the customization part. Wow, look at this thing. Underneath it kind of looks like a bathtub, but it's... Now this is something that you definitely want to have just because the ship design is nice. I definitely like this ship design more than the other one. And even like if you're going to fly it upside down, it's even better with these spikes. Nice. So here is the upper part version. Nice, I like it. I definitely like this thing. It's cool. So there are 2 templates, alpha and beta. Okay, so the only difference what I'm seeing, it doesn't have these lower spike version. The rest are just, everything is the same. Okay, so we're gonna go, I guess, with the alpha because I'm not going to like, you know, save the changes that I'm going to make. I think this is the way the ship comes out of the box, and that is the way I'm going to leave it as is. There is no, okay, there is no unique Starship bridge, I guess. It's just the default one, the one that we already saw on the heavy raider. Do we have window types? We don't have different window types. What is wrong with this? Where is the customization, man? There is no, wow, no different material types, nothing for a Lobi ship that's going to cost us 900 Lobi crystals. And we are not going to be able to customize this thing at all. We are... Oh, what is that? Oh, I'm liking that part. We are able to customize this thing a little bit. Let's put some really hideous colors up there just for show and tell purposes. So you guys can see what kind of customization this thing has to offer. Okay. It's not doing the ship any good though. The red is just gone. The red color that I'm clicking right here. The blue is like overwhelming everywhere. All right. So not much customization to be done with this ship. Let's see how the visuals are going to be. So I'm going to cancel all of the changes and see you in 1 second in space. So here we are in space. Just a second has gone by for you guys, or not even a second. And definitely cool to look at this thing. Has some simple designs, a little bit of like pointed stuff, pointed arrows. Nice, I like it. It's definitely a simple design, but lots of details on this thing. And looks good in my opinion. I wish we could have a little bit of different window types that we can select. Nice. And let's see how it's going to turn. So we are going to pitch left. Okay. Now this thing has a base turn rate of 12 degrees per second, so it's kind of like, you know, a little bit of a cruiser type deal going on. It's not really like a raider or an escort that we just covered on the other video. I hope you guys have watched that, had a little bit of entertainment obviously. But this is how this ship comes out of the box, and it has a really weird name, the Husnock Warship. Husnock Warship, yeah. Is a tier 6 ship. They could have definitely added a little bit of color, but I think this is one of those ships coming out of the TV show canon, so it is what it is. Plus left, it's going to make this ship going to go to the left, and I see I just made a boo-boo right there. I lowered my display. Can you go all the way to one place? Yes, there we go. More details. That is what we like. Let's do the visuals now. We are definitely going to start off with the Adapted Mako, and that is the first space set that we're going to equip on this ship. The Adapted Mako right here on the Husnock Warship. I definitely would wish that they could like balance the ship in the center, because the balancing part is somewhere in the rear right here. What is wrong with you guys? Seriously. Like, look at how big this ship looks like, and the nose is like all the way in the front. What is up with that? Like, the nose is like almost chopping off my head. And like the rear is like so much. What is wrong with you guys, man? You're making such beautiful designs and you're coming up with this stuff right now. That's not good. That's not good at all. Make the balancing point somewhere in the middle. That's not good. I don't like that. But I am liking the design overall though. Definitely appealed to the Adapted Mako right here. You got the deflector dish right there, just a little bit. It's not showing a lot. You got the engine trail right here with the warp nacelles trail. And here it is when it's being illuminated. Cool. Nice. All right, let us move on to the Aegis space set. Here we go with the Aegis space set. Nice. Got a little deflector dish right there going on. Ooh, look at that. Look at those colors. I like those colors. Now, what the hell is this? The Aegis space set has like an engine trail coming out of the ship that there is no engine there. This part here, what is the engine? The engine is right there. Oh man, seriously? I hate it when those guys don't do their jobs really good. People are paying money for this thing, man. Come on. Focus. What is up with that? There is no engine there. And it's not even positioned like centered. It's like more to the left. Wow. All right, let us move on to the simulated space set. Also with the Borg console, you guys love seeing that part as well. Here we go with the Borg console. Definitely cool. We are seeing the Borg deflector where it's supposed to be. I'm liking that part. We have Borg nodes up here, down there. We have the modifier from the impulse engine apparatus right here. Nodes up here as well. Cool. Nodes up there as well from the... oh, we do have two different nodes up in the front. Nice. That's awesome. This is definitely cool to look at. I wish they had a little bit more on the Borg details. Nice. All right, let's go with the next one, and that is going to be the Counter Command Space Set on your screen right there. Wow, that's awesome. Look at how the ship is changing when it's like not being illuminated. You guys are seeing a little bit of a glow factor right there. That awesome engine trail. And those details. Nice, I like it. Nice deflector dish animation. And we have the universal console from the Borg. That's not what we want to see. There we go. That's better. Sorry about that. Little bit of a boo-boo on my part. Counter Command Space Set is definitely cool to see. Though the colors are not really good in matching. I mean, it has a little bit like, you know, this dark bluish type of color and that what you call it, this gray color, gray brownish color. They don't really match, but yeah, they don't really match. All right, let's do the delta engines and shields. All three pieces of the delta right here. Nice. Look at that. That washed out color. Like, oh man, that's awesome. Very nice. All right, let's see it right here. Nice. A little bit of a shadow there. Nice. I like that. I'm going to incorporate those shadows in the videos as well. The delta. So we're doing the Dyson next. And Dyson shields. Just making sure all three pieces. I'm amazed at what this ship is looking like. Like, isn't this those the ship for the caretaker, the one from the planet that had like that house that he was living on? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is like his ship that he used to attack the Enterprise, so they could like leave him alone. The guy was really powerful, man. He had like special abilities. I don't know if it is or if it's not that ship, because it doesn't say. But I think it is. I think that those as a species were called the Husnock, but don't really know by can't really remember. Wow, I'm spending much time on the Delta space set. On the Dyson, I mean. Iconian is going to be next. 1, 2, 3. 3 pieces of the Iconian right here. Nice. Definitely love the Iconians. These tribal kind of like circular stuff. Hey, what is this? Is this like a picture drawing of an alien with his big eyes and boobs? Oh my god. We got boobs up here. Oh man, I'm having so much fun with this thing. Okay, I'm not. Oh man, we got boobs being displayed on a ship. Oh man, that's awesome. When it's in the shadow. it's being illuminated. Nice. Jem'Hadar is next in line. And the victory is alive. Space set. Nice. Okay, they could definitely use a little bit more on the details right here. On the it's kind of like washed out, to be honest. Like, what is going on? I know that these space sets have, like, you know, so much potential to increase like the appeal of the ship, the popularity amongst players that are going to be jealous. Hey, look at this. I'm utilizing this ship. I'm using this thing. This thing is awesome. And it's like, maybe I'm doing it wrong somehow. I don't think so, but come on. This thing is not appealing at all with the Jem'Hadar space, and I was definitely looking forward to this part. I don't know. I just don't know. Anyway, moving on. Nukara is up next. Where are you? Right here. And here. And there are the shields. Nukara. Now, this definitely feels like there is life in this ship. And it is, everybody's doing something. Everybody is hard at work. I am liking the design of the ship. It's kind of like simplistic in its design, not really complicated. And if it is based upon that ship that was like in the Enterprise TV show, The Next Generation. And I'm fairly certain it is based upon that. Definitely cool that they added that ship in the game. Anyway, moving on. Omega is up next. Where this one? Omega and Omega shields. There we go with the Omega space set. Wow, okay. Okay. Did not expect this ship to be like, you know, more appealing with the Omega space set, but it is. It is definitely. We are seeing lots of gray area though. I mean, I wish they could added like a little bit of more details on like the upper structure up here. Just like up here, this part right here, the command center, I guess, the bridge area, engineering part. Nice. Now the Omega space set is definitely utilizing rockets in space, or at least based upon its warp trail that we are seeing. It is utilizing rockets. Just a little bit though. Not a lot. Okay, the next one is going to be one of my favorites. space set. That is the Riemann. The Riemann space set. How are you guys liking the Riemann space set? Definitely has that glow. I wish they could use a little bit more of these details on the ship, because now it's like it has salt, but it doesn't have any pepper. So, I don't think it looks good on the Riemann space set, to be honest. That's not good. I don't like it. Romulan space set is up next. Now, I am liking the Romulan space set because it has a little bit of a counterpart to the Aegis space set. The Aegis definitely has that white-blue color, and the Romulan has that greenish color of the lines that you guys are seeing right there, and very cool. Nice. Even though when it is on the shadow side, when it's not being illuminated, more details are coming up on the screen. But it's still good. It's still good enough. It's not really bad looking ship. All right. Let's go with the temporal, and another temporal, and the shields from the temporal space set right there. This totally changed the ship. I mean, it's totally changed this thing. As expected, I mean, the cream color was kind of like, we were expecting that, but let's see when it is not being illuminated. Let's see if those details are going to come back to life when it's going to be a little bit darker. Nope, it's not. We are seeing lots of color changes on this thing. Definitely awesome, but really lacking in appeal, to be honest. All right, let's go with the Terran, and the Terran space set. Wow, look at that. Definitely more appealing right now. This thing is, wow, the ship and the visuals from the Terran are complementing each other immensely, to be honest. Definitely cool. Definitely awesome. There is no other space set that complements this ship this much. These two, the ship and the visuals from the Terran one, those needed to be married to each other because there is no other visual space set that is making this ship even better in the way it looks. Now there was one little bit of customization on this ship, so you can have this lower support structure, this pointy little thingamajig. So you could remove that or have this thing. Nah, it doesn't really matter to me at all. I'm liking it with this thing. Complements these two sides. But the visuals are definitely awesome on this thing with the Terran space set. All right, let's see the Breen space set. Where is the Breen? Right there. There. And there. So we are getting the Breen space set right here. The vibe of the industrial area. A species that was pre-industrial. It was like, well, we have a little bit of a industrial phase that we're going through right now. And let's put the ship together, utilizing the same technology. I like it though. Not as much as the Terran, but it still looks good on this thing. Nice. All right, let's do the Lucari. Where is the Lucari? Right there. There. And there. The Lucari space set. Okay, this is much closer to whatever the ship was in the episode. And if it's not in the episode, I am so going to be corrected by you guys on the TV show, I mean. But if I'm right, you guys are going to say I'm right, right? Right. Good, 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 good. Nice. Definitely loving these lines up here. It reminds me a little bit of the Aegis space set, but that is where the similarities end, because it's definitely not the same in its design. You definitely can see that glow or that transition. When that transition occurs from light to dark, you see, or from dark to light, you definitely see a little bit of a glow on the hull. Right there. Nice. I like that. I definitely like that. And let's see the prevailing space set. That is the new space set that they gave us with a new reputation. That thing also has the visuals right here. The prevailing Regalia space set. That is the way it is called. And it's definitely awesome. Definitely like these patterns up here. These hexagons. Oh, okay. We got them up here as well. Nice. The deflector dish is definitely... I don't know if it could have been used up here, but the way it is right there, it's kind of okay position-wise. Maybe, you know, just up here on the front of the ship would be like a better place, but it's good. It's good the way it is. Now this space set definitely has different different visuals when it's being illuminated and when it's not. So when it is being illuminated, you have that whitish tint to it, and now it's like a little bit of a gray tint. And we are seeing that this thing also has that engine modification with its electrical discharges. Nice, I like that. Definitely adds to the appeal of this thing. Cool. Let us stop moving. I like it. I like the ship. Even though the best space set out there is the Terran. Where are you? Terran, to my appeal, or for me, it is definitely looking the best looking space set out there. I don't know if you guys agree with me, but let me know in the comment section, because definitely I am interested in whatever is going to be your fancy on this ship, because you are seeing my personal choice right here. Nice. Anyway, let's see the let's do a rundown. So we have 5 weapons on the front, deflector, impulse, warp, shields. We have 3 weapon slots on the aft, room for 3 device slots and 4 engineering slots, 2 science slots, 5 tactical slots. And just based off on the tactical slots, also on the engineering slots, I would say tactical, you know, definitely has it's going to dish out lots of firepower. Engineering also for survivability, but not a lot for science. I mean, you can definitely go with, you know, what kind of build you guys are interested in, but I would recommend tactical to increase your damage overall. Anyway, let's go through the Starship Mastery package that we're going to get. So level 1 is going to give us +5 in accuracy. Level 2 is going to increase the critical severity by 15%. Level 3, 2.5 in critical chance. Level 4, +10 in kinetic damage, and also +10 in engineering or energy damage. Sorry about that. And level 5 is that Directed Energy Flux. Temporal operative bridge officer abilities and direct energy modulating will boost cannon rapid fire and beam overload damage. So directed energy modulation or a temporal operative bridge officers will grant beam overload or cannon rapid fire to gain 25% bonus damage for 15 seconds. This is definitely going to be an OP for some people. So this one doesn't have a obviously it's not a raider or an escort, so it doesn't have an extra weapon slot or a heavy weapons slot up here, so you're going to have to make do with 8 of these weapons. Yeah, you have to make do with those. The information right here on the universal console. The Husnock Warship comes equipped with a heavy particle emitter array universal console. When this ability is activated, it will fire a burst of particle beams at the target, which deal electrical damage and bypass a portion of the target shields. The heavy particle emitter array will gain 1 charge every 30 seconds for a maximum of 4 charges. So you have to be in combat for the next 2 minutes. Activating this ability will consume all charges and fire a number of beams at the target based on the number of charges consumed. Additionally, particle beam damage increased with each charge consumed. Okay. This console mode provides a passive boost to direct energy weapon damage and also all energy damage resistance ratings. So we are seeing it right here, 12% in direct energy damage and 11.2 in energy damage resistance rating. So heavy particle focus array, so 0.5 max. 0.5 in minimum, I guess, per minute. I don't know what that is. 0.5 max. Anyway, Could be a typo. Target foe with a 45-degree targeting arc with a 10-kilometer range. Foe at least 6,375.7 electrical damage with 50% shield penetration. Total charges of number of beams increase with the charges, so you're going to get +1 charge every 30 seconds with a maximum of 4 charges. Skill that affect this ability: long range targeting, weapon training, and projectile weapon training. This is also part of a space set, so if you get the other one, the what was it called again? The Heavy Raider from the Privateer Logbox that has the Miradorn sensor baffler, you're going to get +33 electrical damage for the heavy particle focuser array, the one that we are having right here. Also +33% recharge speed for the Miradorn sensor baffle, that is the other one. And also a flat out bonus +25 in Starship hull penetration. And like I said in the other aesthetic review that I did, hull penetration is definitely something that you need to strive for because you're going to do much more damage. Now I do have the other universal console that I grabbed from the other review that I did, so I'm going to equip that one right there. So we're going to have the 2-piece set bonus. This one is the other one. This one is for the heavy particle focuser array that is from this thing. Now let me definitely go through the Starship Mastery package. This thing is called the Husnock Warship. That is the other one, and this is the Husnock Warship. Okay, so stats, we're going to get 44 in engineering, 60 in tactical, 22 in science, and this thing has an 18-hour in cooldown. Special ability +20 in tactical and engineering when slotted alone. So if you're going to do a mission and you only slot this thing, you're going to get a flat bonus +20 in tactical and engineering. And this thing is 18 hours in maintenance. Nice. Cool. Starship bridge officer layout. We have a lieutenant commander universal station, so you can go engineering, science, or tactical there. A commander tactical or temporal ops station. Do we have temporal abilities? We do have temporal abilities on this guy. Let's use that and that. Hello. That. Cascade, why not? And channel deconstruction. A lieutenant commander engineering station, so you can go for survivability, I guess. And for wait, no, that's the wrong one. Let's go with a little bit more firepower for our weapons. So an ensign engineering right there, and the last one is a lieutenant science or a commander or a command station. Do I have something for command? I don't have anything for command. And we have that universal station, so we can go more tactical up there. Keras, for an example. Now, like I always say, don't use this as a build. This is, not something that you want to strive for or anything like that. No real thought has gone into this. Now, the bridge tour I'm not going to do because the bridge that you guys saw is just some some random bridge. It's not really part of the ship. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a gala patrol, and that is the next part of this mission. That is combat. So here we are with the Argala. Let's help the Benthans out. Now I am utilizing the Terran Task Force. So that space set is... It's okay. It's not bad. It's not good. But I mean, I am utilizing those. I just put everything on auto fire. Does this thing has unique weapons? Okay, so this thing has some kind of unique weapons. The Krieger Wave Disruptor, dual heavy cannons. We have a photon torpedo, beam banks, turrets at the back, and a photon torpedo. Wow, it's tearing them apart. Look at that. Nice. Oop. Somebody did a lot of damage. I guess it wasn't me. Yes. I don't have gravity well. Okay, good. We'll have to do it the old-fashioned way. So we got 4 of those charges because we were in combat more than 30 seconds times 4, so that's 2 minutes. So let's do a little bit of damage on these guys. Oh, that is not going to help you, tractor beaming me. Can you turn? Thank you. Nice. He's dead. Oh, there he goes. And molecular deconstruction beam, go. Dead. Nice. All right. On the next group, we are definitely going to give this unique ability a chance to be showcased. Even though I'm not utilizing, like, you know, really good consoles or skills, like you always know, if you watch and follow me, I don't use skills, and I'm doing all right with this thing. There we go. That guy's dead. All right. Let's use these charges in 3, 2, 1. Hey! I need to be facing him. 3, 2, 1. 1, 2. Nice! What's going on? Did their shield go away? What's going on? Didn't read the information right here. So it's just beams that is going to do a lot of damage. I'm seeing that his hull is like halfway that we were just doing with him. Nice. Let's kill this guy. Nice. That molecular deconstruction beam, that is just OP in my in my book. Shields are not failing. How dare you? Torpedo, high yield. And let's utilize these charges when they have 2 of them. 2. 1, 2. Nice! Definitely good timing on my part right there, because that guy went down really quick. So definitely an awesome looking ship, if you can call it that. I can, because the way the ship is in its design with like the Terran space set visuals, the one that I'm utilizing right here, definitely has potential. Let's keep it that. Has potential. And this thing is called the Husnock Warship. And I know you guys are going to be OP with this thing, because survivability with like four engineering consoles and 5 tactical console slots, you can definitely utilize this thing and make it a beast. The only down part is it costs 900 Lobi on the Lobi store. But anyway, make your choice based upon your type of gameplay, and don't listen to anybody like telling you need to be using this ship with these abilities the way I'm using it for your benefit. So that's not ever going to work. But anyway, you're obviously going to do whatever is going to be to your liking. Anyway, lots of anyways. I hope you guys had enjoyment out of this channel, and I hope to see you on the next one. For now, take care and later.